The Sunday sequence break.
Of the Sunday sequence break. That's one of those bit numbers, isn't it, Oasis?
Yeah,
It is.
Bits.
7 bits. There you go. Nice. And we're going to have a little episode for you. We're going to do a nice recap episode, but every one of us accidentally got caught up with doing Christmas stuff, which is, I guess, somewhat inevitable at this time of year. So instead of that, we just have a simple records episode, and we'll probably talk a little bit about AGDQ as well. Joining me as co-hosts, we have Fizzle.
Hello.
And Chrno.
Hello.
And joining me as guests, we have Chrno.
Hello.
Bangerra, and possibly Susie.
Yo.
Hello?
Why
And
possibly?
Oasis. Possibly.
Hello.
Because, so Bangerra Susie bought Bangerra a new microphone, and now Susie has her own microphone as well. So Susie might chirp in every so often, but she said she was tired, so
I see.
yeah, there you go. Susie, for the record, is at Bangerra's house on the account that they live together. So, just in case you're wondering, that's what that situation is. We're going to do records today. It's just going to be records and a bit of other stuff. But first of all, we have to do... Oh, wait.
Did you not forget Oasis?
I did
Yeah.
Oasis. I said
You did.
Oasis.
Yep.
Oh,
I did.
Hi, Oasis. Welcome.
Hi, Oasis. Hello again.
Hello.
There you go. We're going to do records and so on, and then we're going to go for a PB today on our time. But first of all, we have to do recap.
All right.
Kicking off the recap is Fizzle. What have you been doing this past week?
All right.
Exactly a
Kicking
week. Not even a week-ish. I can't even say week-ish. I have to say week.
It's exactly a week. Well, pretty close.
Yeah.
So let's see. Bunch of HDQ practice. We had another successful SGL episode. It was very close matches. Pretty exciting.
Artie Lightfoot.
Yeah, Artie
Madden
Lightfoot.
Snares and Artie Lightfoot again.
Yep. Exactly. Artie. That was a random game that that Blecky suggested way back, and so that's pretty cool. I'd never seen it before, so that was good. Did some, Snake Rattle and Roll and River City Ransom, the two games that I'm playing co-op in HDQ. But my most successful thing, I guess, was getting a Karateka run, actually, that was decent. Almost sub 12, but, I punched some birds.
Is that how you meant to say it? I've been saying Karateka.
Karateka sounds better, because when you say Karateka, people are like, wait, what did you say? No, Karateka...
It sounds like karate erotica combined.
Right, it's sort of like, I bet there is a movie called that you probably wouldn't want to rent. But yeah, I guess it's karate ka, because it's like that's the sound the bird makes as you punch it in the beak, I guess.
sure.
Right. But yeah, so I got that, and I don't know. HDQ's coming. There's not much you can do to like cram in last minute practice and get better. I guess you've pretty much just got to resign yourself to staying sharp and not getting too nervous about doing your runs.
Yeah, don't think too much. Think too much.
Exactly. So I didn't think too much this week, so that was a success overall.
All right. Speaking of not thinking too much, Chrno, don't think too hard about what you've been doing the past week, but try to share some information.
Well, I did SGL yesterday. That was really fun. Artie was actually a really cool game. I hadn't heard of it before, and I didn't know what to expect from it. But after checking it out. I kind of want to go play
It
it.
looked
I
like
hope
it
somebody-
had a wisecracking cartoon character as the main character. That's
Yeah,
all I
it was
can
like a
say.
mascot-driven game, but it's not based on anything. It's not like comic or
Yeah.
a TV show or anything. They just like randomly came up with this character and gave him all these other anthropomorphic animal friends and a whole story, but just nothing ever came of it.
How did it end up that anthropomorphic characters are more relatable and easy to accept than humans?
Well, people like animals and people like other people in the same way that I like chocolate and bananas, so I would combine them together and it would be even better.
Do you do that thing in America, like where you take a banana and when you have a barbecue, you take a banana, or like a campfire, you take a banana and slice it down the center and you put like a Snickers bar or a Mars bar in the middle and you wrap it in foil and you put it in the fire and you take it out and you eat that. Do you do that?
I've never done
in
that.
England.
Yeah, we do that. They
Do
do
you?
that at like scout camp.
We do that
Like
down south at
cub
Scout
camp.
Camp.
Never heard of that.
Oh, up north you probably use like a a Freddo bar or a Curly Wurly or something that's a bit
No.
cheaper.
Up north, we batter it.
Do you not do that in America though?
I've seen deep fried Snickers. I've never seen it with a banana slice just in tinfoil in the
Yeah.
campfire.
It's really good.
Never
Okay.
heard of that.
It's really good. You should
Sure,
go.
I would eat that. Why not?
All right. Yeah.
I'll trust you on that. Fuck you.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't really been doing too much this week, speedrunning wise or anything like that. Just been really busy.
Fair enough. All right. I myself have I've been trying to do some Sam DLC runs on Revengeance difficulty in Metal Gear Rising to try and help Kramer with his commentary. The sole goal is to learn enough about it to be able to help Kramer do commentary properly. And it's been pretty fun, actually. It's a short game. The record's 9 minutes 15 seconds. My record's 11 minutes 38, so it's not very good yet. But the important part is I'm learning about it for Kramer. But it's pretty fun. I've not done a short run ever, except for, I guess, Left 4 Dead, but that's slightly different because it's 4-player co-op. So it's pretty fun to learn it. It's really precise. You need to not mess up at all to get a good time. But I've been enjoying doing that. Aside from that, I've been playing other games casually. I did a Marlow Briggs blind race. If you haven't heard of or bought Marlow Briggs, you should buy Marlow Briggs on Steam. It's $1, I think. It's $1, €1, or 79p. So if that doesn't convince you to buy it, it's great. Chrono, great game.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Well,
It's a really good blind run. About 8 of us did it. I came 5th, but it was pretty good. It's a really fun game. Aside from that, just playing some fighting games, and I'd say getting ready for AGDQ, but I've actually done basically nothing to get ready for it, so I kind of forgot I was going at some point for today. There's about 2 hours where I forgot I was going to AGDQ, and I thought, hey, that'd be cool to go to that. But then I remembered I was going, so never mind. I think that's everything. Yeah, Chrono.
so I wish I was going to Awesome Games, but
Yeah.
I took the decision to go to Summer Games instead. Or that's the plan anyway. So I haven't really been running anything for that.
No.
But I did get my new computer,
No.
built and properly done. so
Yeah,
I've been
you
streaming
streamed
a lot.
Marlow Briggs yesterday.
Yeah, I can actually stream at an acceptable frame rate now.
Yeah.
And I've been doing a lot of Tony Hawk stuff again because I haven't really decided on what I'm going to do next.
No.
So I've got a few new PBs.
You're just
and stuff.
procrastinating with Tony Hawk's.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm sick of it, and I want to do something new already.
Yeah.
But so yeah,
Yeah.
that's been my week.
Cool. Bangerra, what have you been up to?
After the disaster that was practicing the wrong category, I decided to practice the correct category in DuckTales, and after 3 hours I got the new world record. And that's pretty much all I did that was non-holiday related. So,
Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah.
with 2 different families. So,
2? Outrageous. That's the trouble of having a girlfriend.
yeah.
Yeah. Susie, what have you been doing this past week?
We played some Mono Sweeper.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It's like Minesweeper.
I know what it is. I remember it being the shit on SRL a few years ago.
I'm really, really, really bad at it. I always click the wrong squares.
She had like 10 squares left, and she pressed the wrong one
That sounds about right.
after about 30 minutes of playing. So that was the highlight of our playing together.
All right, Oasis, what have you been up to this past week?
Oh, not really much. Typical Christmas stuff, busy. Not really speedrunning related stuff. Family managed to fix 2 computers as a reward. I was sick for the next few days, so that was a nice thing. So yeah, I guess that pretty much sums up.
You set up a camera over IP as well, which apparently took about 6 weeks to do.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. Typical Chinese system setting up. Oh yeah, you just put it in, plug and play, and it'll work. No, of course it's not gonna work. It's in total, I think I spent 12 hours, and it turns out you needed a license and everything. Like it's. I don't even want to start with that system. Let's just say, don't buy it.
Don't buy it. All right. Okay, sweet. Hey, we're gonna go straight into records.
All
We're not
right,
gonna
let's
mess
do it.
around. I have a question. How did we get a 7-minute recap?
We had a
What was
lot that
that?
happened.
No, like before.
Oh, how
Our
did we in the
PB
past?
is
Oh, I
7
see.
minutes. Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I won't worry about it.
Must have just
What I
been
will
like,
worry about
yeah. Never
Is
mind.
the records. Is the records.
Yes, there's plenty of
And,
records compared to
kicking off
last
our
week.
records. Yeah, there is. We have Advance Wars Dual Strike, which is the DS version of Advance Wars. Is any percent 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 27 seconds by Frozen. Could you not have waited a single second? Was that too difficult for you? But I guess it was. We have Froze's record. He's got a little comment here. He says, I somehow managed to beat my record 3 times in the last 2 weeks. This just shows how unoptimized this game is. Overall, more optimized strategies, with the exception being Crystal Calamity, where I gained 4.5 minutes by accidentally, not doing anything on the first day, but the last couple of missions went really bad. Due to this mistake, sub 220 is possible, but I really want to find consistent and faster strats for the last couple of missions, so I'm not going to stop until RNG manipulation has to be done. And we have Animal Crossing, where the highlight's playing already, so we better rush into that quickly. Chrono, can you read this Animal Crossing thing?
The Animal Crossing one. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Or just a comment.
Yeah, read the whole thing. You read from left to right, like we do in English all the time.
Okay. So Animal Crossing, and this was done on the GameCube, and you. I'm reading it on the dock.
This
so.
is the GameCube U. It's the sequel to the GameCube.
The category is All Debts, and it was done in 38 minutes and 50 seconds by Frost Ride. And the comment says, this is a bit of an unorthodox speedrun. It works by performing a duplication glitch to duplicate an item, which you then duplicate and sell to make money and pay off all of your house upgrades. I'm also running this at HDQ, so shouts to that.
It says upgrades for the records, and I can't ignore that right now.
During one of the setup blocks, so it's one
is.
of the inferior runs of the marathon.
I think it's called Setup Crossing or something like that, if you want to look through the schedule to find it.
And showing off the wrong warp glitch to the beta map as a donation incentive. Note! I submitted a previous time I've gotten a few days ago, but this run is obviously better and more recent. The video for this, I'm not going to read it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have read that. I don't know why you started reading it.
Make sure you read out the YouTube link.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. http://www.
No, you fucked up. There's an S. It's https://www.youtube.com/watch !v equals capital S NNDA capital VG little a S. And then maybe there's more. Wait, where's the S? There's an S. Oh, it's not an S. It's not an S. It's a 9 small WK. There you go. Good job reading that, Chrono. Do you want to read the highlights, timestamps as well? I don't think you do. Alright, next up we have Stivdy Bobo with his N64 90% 1:20:51 for Banjo-Kazooie. You guys, this is going to be the marathon Banjo-Kazooie. It's on the first day, as I recall, on the first afternoon.
I'm not going to contradict you.
No, you're not. I believe it is. I believe it's there, and you should check it out. Stiv's cool. He always shows up in a cool leather jacket. And when I was sitting near him at one HGQ, I was like, "This guy's cool." So, he's going to be there and he's going to be cool, possibly wearing a leather jacket. Who knows? But check out Banjo-Kazooie when it's going to be on there. And 120, wasn't it like 140 last AGDQ?
Maybe.
What? I can't tell you it wasn't.
I could probably check real quick.
You could check real quick. Are you going to check real quick, Arcano? How about you check
Sure.
real quick and I'll read the next one, which is Batman Arkham Asylum. Shoutouts to Dead Robo Sparkle. We miss you. PC.
He's not dead anymore.
Oh no, he's alive again. Sorry. This is any percent easy in 137.40 by Kojo Sao, who says this game is now stupid fast. Kojo Sao's pretty much been wrecking all of these records. Him and some other guy whose name I'm going to look up have been crushing these Batman times pretty impressively. And I believe this is going to be a donation incentive between Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. I believe they're both any percent hard categories being run for AGDQ. I could be wrong.
Are they similar
You
length
guys need to
games?
stop. You need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry?
You guys need to stop breaking the dock.
I'm not touching it. I haven't touched it at all. I don't know who
That's it. Child safety locks are going on this thing.
deleted the text in that one and made it all grey.
I don't know,
That
Fliggy.
wasn't
Who
me.
did? Please tell us
That
who
wasn't
you
me.
think did it.
Wasn't me. I think it was Chrno.
It wasn't me.
But yeah, they're both similar length, and they've sort of taken 20 minutes off of both of them. Like, it's pretty crazy. Kojo Sao's been taking names when it comes to Batman Arkham.
Mhm.
But yeah, Asylum and City is going to be a donation incentive at AGDQ. I suggest City for all of you
Okay.
listening who have money and want to decide on Batman games. So check it out. Good job, Kojo Sao, for running that. Doing a good job, taking a lot of time off of that. Like, it looked really smooth when Robo did it. I'm intrigued to see how the time came off. Really. Okay, Chippendale, Fiesel, you've
I have run this game in
history.
the past. I can
Yes.
say I'm
Yes.
qualified to read a line of text here. So, Chippendale Rescue Rangers for the NES. The time is now 9:59 by foot dive. So this is the first sub 10 RTA timing of this category, which was gotten early Christmas morning. What is this? You guys blew away the document as I was in the middle of reading.
I haven't touched it.
All right, hold on a second.
Okay.
You get the pop up because I put on the child safety
Okay.
Yeah,
locks.
you get the access denied.
We have to get this herd of monkeys out of the production room here. Hold on a second,
You're
guys.
just trying to write Shakespeare. You're just trying to write Shakespeare. It's
Right.
okay.
Got it. Anyway, obtained early Christmas morning. So thank you, Santa. It's an extremely high 9:59 retimed to 9:59.93. So it was close, but man, sub 10 is something that I don't think that anyone would have expected to see even by such a small margin. I mean, the TAS, I guess, could do it, but there were just some things. But anyway, he says, this is by no means a completely optimized run. I personally think that this category can go as low as 9:54 or 55 with perfect luck and execution. Wow, that's crazy. Having said this, I'm pretty happy with this run, and I'm done grinding any percent for now until I get a NES capture card. Shoutouts to Ndua, Joka, Fiesel, Bad Break, Sinister One, Kozex, Malos, and everyone else running this awesome game. I hope to see this category go even lower. As would I. Congrats, Foot Dive. This is a really... It's kind of frustrating to get it right and to get all the luck that you need at some of the luck-dependent bosses, and, you know, a lot of really small frame window tricks. So congrats on getting sub 10. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a really cool run, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. You did the co-op one, right?
I did that co-op with Sinister. Yep.
Yeah. And no one believed in you, but you won.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
I was going to put money on the Blackie and Cypher to win, but luckily I didn't, because you guys won. I remember you telling
should've.
me and saying, we won, and I was like, wait, really?
Got paid to take a dive. You didn't hear that from me, though.
Alright, we have next Doug's Big Game. Game Boy Color, any percent in Time Not Found by Jugong.
But
It says,
it's in
"Oh, I got another
404.
world record on it." Did you get it?
I get you.
Did you get it? You got
Yeah,
it.
no, I got you. Yeah.
He says, lol, I got another world recce back.
A world
I'm
record.
glad I tricked you on that one, Diesel.
Ah.
Oasis knew it immediately, didn't you? Oasis was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I got you. I fucking got you. Good job, Jugong. Well done. Is this Doug from the TV show Doug?
Yep, I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Hey, Bangerra.
Yeah.
What's this next game?
Oh, it's DuckTales 2.
It is.
NES.
Yeah.
Good ending. Correct category. So 3-second improvement over the previous world record, which was by Dexter. I got some ridiculous RNG on the Mew boss fight, which every DuckTales runner knows is the most horrendous boss fight ever created. And it's playing the video right now. But yeah, we're racing this at AGDQ in a few days, like a week. So make sure you tune in. That's it.
Are you guys gonna sing the theme song?
No.
No.
You're not. You're not gonna have you sing it in Dutch and Dexter sing it in Swedish.
Dutch? Why would I sing it in Dutch?
Is it not in Dutch? Do they not translate it?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just thought maybe from your childhood you'd remember it in Dutch.
I know. I remember the English one.
Okay, well, that's all right. Next up, speaking of not English things, we have one of the least English things of all time, Dynamite Heady. This game is fantastic. I saw that this was a highlight to be made, and I made it. And I think it's too long, but I don't care because it's Dynamite Heady. Dynamite Heady on the Mega Drive is one of the best games on the Mega Drive system or the Genesis system. This is an any percent in 3847 by Mecha Richter, who says this is a really silly game to speedrun. There's so much RNG that can cost you or save you minutes. This run had pretty good RNG. Stair Wars was average. Stair Wars is the infamous sort of intermission scene in the middle. Pretty damn tricky. Says I could have gained like 30 or more seconds there. I also could have gained another 30 seconds in Act 3 from better mini boss fights and getting the quick kill on Wooden Dresser. Also, I missed the tank skip first try in Act 4 and couldn't get the jump on the statue either. The stage cost me the most time. This stage cost me the most time. What makes this run so good is my Act 7 and Act 8. I got the quick kill on Gatekeeper, which requires really good up pattern, and my Act 8 was practically perfect. This was the fastest kill I have had on Twin Freaks. Dark Demon also gave me a pretty good pattern. Sub 38 is very possible. This game is amazing. If you watched the ADDQ hype episode last week, you would have seen that I highlighted this whole block with Rystar and Dynamite Heady in it. This game is absolutely fantastic. If you own a Mega Drive or a Genesis and haven't played this game, you need to go get it. It's not that expensive actually, as I recall, but it's a really great game. I'm glad to see Mecha Richter playing it, and I'm really glad to see that for a marathon he's gone and taken the world record. So hopefully this run at the marathon is going to be really, really great. It's a fantastic game and it deserves all the attention it gets. So I watched a bit of it, and he had some really good attempts going in a row, quite a few runs that were only really a minute around this time, so it looks like it's going to be a really good run for the marathon. I'm a fan. This highlight video is pretty long, by the way. So,
So fill the space. What are you gonna
fill
do?
the space, dude. The game's great. It's made by Treasure. If you need any more than that, it's cracking. Buy this, buy Rystar or Ristar. Someone corrected me last week saying I was saying it wrong.
It's
but
Ristar, not Rystar.
It is Ristar.
God.
It is Ristar. Sorry. Buy this. Follow Mecha, and just follow him on Twitch, and send him a Twitch message every single day saying, "Hey, stream Dynamite Heady." And then if he says, "Sorry, I got to stream practice with PJ for Battle Block Theatre," say no, stream Heady.
Right.
And then threaten him with unsubscribes or unfollows if he doesn't stream Heady.
Follow him in real life and just whisper it in his ear as he walks around.
Yeah, find him when he's sleeping and just whisper to him in his sleep and say, "Stream Heady, stream Dynamite Heady." I think that would work. It's a great game. It's a great speedrun. Do you get it, Mecha Richter? You need to stream Dynamite Heady. It's a cracking game. It's really good, and I'm so glad that it's back in a marathon along with Ristar. I'm really happy to see them not only in the marathon but next to each other.
What is this highlight? You're showing the in-between scenes?
No, dude. It's like he put the highlights down, he put the timestamps down, and I was like, I want to show the whole thing. I want to show like the celebration as well.
Guys, I don't know why this is over 3 minutes long. I don't get it.
Dude, because Heady is so good and it deserves it.
All right.
All
I
right, we
believe
got
you. I've got
Elliot.
that idea in my head
We
now.
got 2 quest runs in a row. I just noticed Elliot Quest followed by Festus Quest. So first of all, we have Elliot Quest. Oasis, as a PC PAL gamer, can you read this Elliot Quest run?
All right. Elliot Quest for PC, any percent, 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 49 seconds by Onin. Elliot Quest is a new Zelda 2-inspired adventure platformer. It really ups to its influences, it controls well, it doesn't hold your hand, and it gets pretty difficult. It's a real shame it never gained any popularity. So far I haven't been able to find any useful glitches, but the route is solid. Exactly enough gold to buy the important upgrades, a couple boss quick kills, and 1 boss can be skipped entirely thanks to a bit of platforming, I guess. Oh, it's like platforming except with bats. Alright, so platforming. Of course, this run is terrible. I lost 2.5 minutes at the waterfalls hitting a save I shouldn't have, so I couldn't death warp. And 1.5 minutes dying to a really easy boss. But the endgame went really well, where I usually waste the most on deaths, so it's ended up decent enough. Next target is sub 125 and finding competition. This game is awesome. It's $10 in Steam, totally worth checking out.
I'd like to give a shout out to Onin for making his own highlight for this. I just took the highlight and converted it into our resolution, and he also put in his information, hi Flicky's mum. So I'm gonna wake up my mum.
And tell her.
Actually, that's a lie. I was gonna say I was gonna wake her up, but she'll be awake before I wake up. But I will say hi from you, Onin, so don't worry about it. But it looks pretty sweet. I did actually watch the highlight when he'd made it for me, so I felt like just being lazy and just skipping it, but I actually watched it through. It's a pretty interesting game. I'm kind of a tad confused as to why he said it's Zelda 2 inspired, but
Yeah, it doesn't look too much like it, but not having played it, I guess I wouldn't know. I mean, Zelda 2 like might refer to the controls or something, maybe not the visuals. Who knows?
Awesome. Who knows? All right. We have Festus Quest Arcano. No reason, just
Okay, Fester's Quest. This is on the NES, US version, any percent in 2415 by Zaki the Hybrid, also known as Zaki Draggy, but I think he's trying to get away from that name.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a comment here saying, this is an okay run. I got hung up on the walls in a few places and also had a bit tentative in the last building to avoid going the wrong direction and getting lost. UFO went nicely, though I performed some fancy dodging. Which
As you
is
see
not
here.
easy.
Yeah, this is very tricky. You're mostly seeing the real late game stuff, and this game is, I mean, the speedrunning is very much about like spawn manipulations, because the enemies can spawn in all kinds of different possible places, but you can control, based on the number of enemies on the screen, where new enemies spawn, and that makes just a huge difference. So routing this is just like this RNG, manipulatable RNG nightmare, really. So this is some really slick moves.
Yeah, and Fester's movement is like really, really sluggish.
He even says that in his next line of the comment.
Yeah. So Zaki says, definitely some room for improvement. Shoutouts to Brosentia, whose run piqued my interest in running this game.
Was this at an Awful Games one year?
I don't know.
Oh.
It should be in Awful Games if it hasn't been yet.
I'm just intrigued by the amount of Addams Family games we have. I had no idea there were more than 0 Addams Family games.
Maybe I
Seems
should.
like it should have been an Awful Games.
We have
It should have been.
Pugsley's Adventure as well, right?
Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Sorry,
right. Puppies.
Bangerra.
Yeah, scavenger hunt.
I'm just watching this game. This highlight's long too. You mock me for my Dynamite Heady highlight being too long.
This is 1 minute and 58 seconds.
Is it really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's just probably because he's walking so slowly it feels a lot longer.
Or maybe good editing.
Oh, or maybe good editing.
All right.
Good job, Peter. Good editing. All right.
Yeah,
next up.
good job, Zaki, for taking down the. It's a really challenging speedrun, so that is
Yeah.
excellent to see that.
Yeah. All right. We have. Speaking of challenging speedruns, I got that in time. I got that segue in time.
That was a
It's
perfectly good
Gauzy
segue.
On arcade, any percent in 1524 by Aquas. Which is, this is a solid run altogether. Will be hard to beat. beats previous time by 16 seconds. If you don't remember from the last time we had this on the show, this game is bastard hard. This is ridiculously hard. This is child born out of wedlock hard. This is tough. Don't try it unless you're serious. It's difficult. Is this the guy who said this is his first speed game?
Yes, I believe that was what he said last time we saw this.
Unreal. This game
And
is...
usually the arcade versions are there to steal your money.
Exactly. This game is tough as nails. It's damn hard, so good job, Aquis, for doing that. Alright, Feasel.
Alright, me. What?
We have you run here.
Oh, me.
With a Katy Perry quote in the comments.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a Katy Perry pseudo quote, as I recall the song.
A pun,
say these
you might
words.
call it, when you... Anyway, this is... Well, hold on, let me start it. Alright, we've got Karate Ka for the Famicom. This is 80% run in 1206 by Feasel. And the comment reads, I punched a bird and I liked it. And you get to see quite a lot of punching.
This game has the dumbest health bar of all time. Is that a health bar?
It is, and it resizes based on your opponent's health. It like divides the width of the screen up between like the percentage that's yours and the percentage that your opponent's. So your health bar appears to change size from enemy to enemy, but it's really the same value.
I tuned into your stream a few days ago to watch Snake Rattle and Roll, and you immediately stopped playing Snake Rattle and Roll and started playing this instead.
Because I always want to play this game more than the other games I'm playing.
Yeah, I was just transfixed by the health bar. And I was like, wait, is that the health bar? Wait, how does this work?
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's very confusing.
Does this version still have the bad ending? I've seen the Atari version
It
where
does
you
not.
with the style stance. Damn, I love it.
Right, you run up to the princess, and if you're in the wrong stance, she'll just one-hit kill you. It's so stupid. No, they took that out for the NES version.
Man.
Love that ending.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised now you say that was an Atari game. I understand fully. Alright, we have a Mega Man Christmas Carol 2, Chrono.
Okay.
You have a Chrono in your name, and Christmas has a Chrono in Christmas's name.
I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
You have
so
two
this
of
is
these.
Mega Man Christmas Carol 2 on the PC, which doesn't have a region, of course, because PCs can't have regions.
The voice of reason in here, wow. Thank you.
Okay. The category is normal, common Mega Man. I'm sure that's relevant.
It's a normal Mega Man. It's part of a list. The list is much longer, but he cut the list short.
Okay. And this was is that 6 hours?
6 minutes.
Okay.
6 minutes, 70 seconds, 78
Okay.
hundredths.
The hundredth threw me off.
It's okay.
6 minutes, 17 seconds, and some hundreds.
Yes.
It's X Dragon 95. Merry Christmas, MASH.
Yes.
So this game is pretty fun, consisting of just a boss rush and some Christmas characters. It is incredibly fast-paced. This is by no means a perfect run, but I don't feel like improving this.
I'm glad that someone went for a Christmas-themed game.
It's pretty condescending, though, that he doesn't feel like improving it.
Well, he's happy. He went for Christmas. No one else followed the Christmas spirit, Chrono.
Well, he's also
he did
done
it twice.
Yeah, he's done a second category, which is You Will Die difficulty, which isn't obviously just like a thing off Doom.
That's a lie. That's a lie, though. He didn't die, did he?
I think it's one-hit death mode. I think that's what happens.
Yeah, he says Devil May Cry's Hell or Hell mode. Everything
Anyway.
one shit kills you, and you one shot kill them. Did I say shit instead of
You
shot?
said one shit kill. Instead of one hit and one shot, you put it together. Like chocolate and banana. We came up with something much better.
I'm saving time, dude. I'm a speedrunner. This is what I do.
Anyway, this was in 8 minutes, 13 seconds, and 28 hundredths, I think.
Yep.
And the comment for this is, oh, the weather outside is frightful, but these fights are so delightful. And now we've got to stop. Actually, no, wait, I should do this without the full stops.
You should sing it.
Yeah, no, I'm not singing it. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but these fights are so delightful, and now we've got to stop Willie's plan. It's time to go save the world. Mega Man, You Will Die mode. A secret difficulty in Left Mind developed where everything is one-shot kill on you. Think of Devil May Cry's Hell or Hell mode. This was my first deathless run, and it's probably going to be my last. This mode is crazy.
How is this a death question? X Dragon. if this is hell or hell, where everything dies in one hit and you kill everything in one hit, how did you not gain time? Or is it not actually hell or hell mode?
I don't think everything dies in one hit. I think you still have to fight the boss rush.
Oh,
the
you
normal
do.
way.
I'm watching
Yes.
the trip. So that the hell or hell comparison was flawed. But okay, I get it. It's a one-hit kill mode. That's interesting, actually. I kind of like to see that for the other Mega Mans, just to see what strats people...
Is that like a ROM hack?
Yes, I think it is.
Judging by how quickly those enemies exploded and died. Did you see him shoot that enemy and it exploded and the animation was like 2 frames long?
Yeah. No, it's actually PC. It's not a ROM hack.
Yeah, PC. There you go. So it's constantly. Thank you, X Dragon, for our sole Christmas themed record of the year.
Fix your punctuation.
Wow,
So
you
New Year's resolution for you right there. Wow.
There you go, X Dragon. Fix your punctuation. New Year's resolution. Speaking of, nope. Nope. Sorry, no segue.
MP, don't worry about it. On the NES,
On the NES.
70%.
There you go. This is a 1254.4 by Infested Rich. He says, AGDQ practice doesn't get much better than this. Smiley face. This run is 1 second away from my summer best. Holy smokes. So this is probably it for me now. Happy holiday. 1 second away from your summer best?
Yeah.
How do you even get that close to your summer best? That's nuts. That's pretty damn nuts.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can understand how the platforming sections could be that optimized, but the boss fights, you think.
Yeah, I was watching this earlier, and he made a couple of mistakes here and there, so it was very possible that if he didn't make those very slight mistakes, that he would have hit his summer best.
Huh.
This is an absolutely insane run, and everyone should go watch it.
Yeah, dude. It's really cool. We talked about this pretty much, I'd say 50% of the time Ninja Gaiden 3 gets on it, but it's really nice to see it giving the attention the other games got.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 have a lot of people optimizing the runs on that, but this is really the first in a long time that anyone's really put a lot of effort into Ninja Gaiden 3. Rich is going to be part of the Ninja Gaiden relay race at AGDQ. He told me that he's not quite sure what the teams are going to be. They're going to be told when they show up. But I know Infected Rich is going to be on there. I don't really know who the other people are going to be. I would assume that maybe Sinister or Dark Fist is going to be on there. Dexter, perhaps. Ohon, most likely. So I'm not really too sure what it's going to be. And if Rich didn't know, then I'm not expected to know either. But this will be at AGDQ, so check this out. I imagine the relay is going to go against the Ninja Gaiden 3, and whichever team Infested Rich is on is going to win. Just flat out win, just suddenly, because he's so goddamn good at this game.
Yeah, but deaths are so penalizing in this game that I think that there could be a lot of variation.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so we'll have to watch and find out what happens.
Yeah. Watch Infested Rich.
Because I'm sure you weren't going to until now.
No,
but
you
I hope
probably
I've
just
convinced
thinking-
you to watch this
Probably
race.
thinking Ninja Gaiden Relay. I don't know. All right, Q-Bert. I'm going to pass this one over to Oasiz just because I feel like he's probably played this on an original arcade machine somewhere or owns one.
Actually, I haven't played on an original arcade machine, but this was one of my first PC games. I played it on a black and white IBM clone, and it was a clone of Q-Bert, actually. And it ran like shit. Anyway, Q-Bert on NES, any percent by Yoki Da Monk, and it's 36 minutes and 27 seconds. No significant changes this time, just better play, better luck, and perhaps better knowledge of the spawn order. Of the 36 rounds, I had 6 gold splits mixed in with some awful rounds as well, but it's hard to get good luck in all 36 rounds in a single game. I created openings for most levels that worked for the early part of the round, standard, quick, disc, YOLO, fix 2, and some variants of these as well.
Dude, this is so unbelievable. I watched this highlight 3 or 4 times while making the highlight, and then watched it again while it was rendering. I still don't understand how anyone could speedrun this game.
Yeah, I guess you got to get used to patterns. Like if you see, stuff that needs to be flipped in a certain pattern, you can break it down into 2 of these things. Like because everything has to be cycles. You can't, just get to one square without triggering the ones next to it. You can't jump on a single square more than once. So you probably just got to get used to seeing patterns and knowing like, oh, there's a 2-step thing that I can get to fix this one. just
Yeah.
things like that. And he mentioned
I
opening
guess-
moves, so that's probably a lot to do
Yeah.
with it.
I guess you just have to learn algorithms or something where you see, okay, I have a yellow, purple, blue here. If I do this, this, and this, it will fix it.
Right, yeah, exactly like a Rubik's Cube, probably,
Yeah.
like the same kind of thing.
It's really nuts. I watched it. It's really great, and the Cuba music's really loud. Not as loud as the Dynamite Heady music is, for the record. The Dynamite Heady music peaked the hell out of my Vegas when I was trying to make that highlight. But yeah, that Cuba thing is nuts. It's just one of those games where you look at it and it's a real just like the Tetris is and like those games are, where you really just have to. I don't know. You just have to live that game, I guess. But goddamn, good job, Yogi, for that one. Next up, we have RoboCop, not to be confused with Android Cop, the superior movie.
Yeah. Starring Michael J. White.
By Michael J. White, with a twist you will never see coming for a million years. We have RoboCop Arcade Any Percent in 910 by Iast. I'm going to go with Iast or Yast, maybe. He says, played on default settings, really good runs, save for a rough stage 4. I'll probably shoot for a sub 910 at some point, but overall I'm very pleased with this. Oh boy, next up. Okay, Bang or Susie, as Belgians who speak Dutch,
Yeah.
you guys have a pretty good chance at this name.
Well, it's Rosenkreuz Tilette Freudestakel, or on the Japanese.
That sounded
PC.
very Dutch.
Nah, that's German. Any percent Pamela, played by LV Creed in 33 minutes 16 seconds. Just when people thought this game would go away, somehow it comes back to test someone's pronunciation skills.
Yeah,
I
it
see.
did. It tested yours. You did all right. You went full force into that one. You weren't scared at all.
Anyway, this run beats the previous known top time by about 22 seconds, mostly thanks to solid play on the first 8 boss stages and a very good boss rush. While I do believe this run can go lower than this, considering the mistakes in the run, it's at the point where I feel comfortable with the run enough to finally move on from this game. So good luck on the next person who wants to take on this category.
Thank you, LV Greed. Does anyone else want to take a shot at pronouncing that name?
Are you going to call on people?
I don't know. I'm just saying if anybody's ballsy enough to give it a go.
Not a
Maybe
chance.
someone in the chat can try it.
Someone in the chat can give it a go.
I don't know
guy
about
already
that last
did.
one.
I can do the second word.
Okay, what's the second word?
Freudenstahlen.
Stalin.
No, Stako.
Stachel.
Stachel.
Stachel. Get that throat in there, Bang. Do that Dutch. Godverdomme.
Well, I'm not Dutch. I'm
Godverdomme.
All I'm here is just.
Alright, when we have Shadow of the Ninja, Hurricane Blackie's blowing a force. Let's go 6, Gale. That sounds about right. Through here.
Wait, I'm going to Wikipedia that.
Do they go up to 6? Well, I know 5's a thing. I added 1 to the highest I knew. I think it's 6. It goes up maybe 6. Anyway, but Hurricane Blackie blowing through, bolt up your windows, hide in the bathtub with a mattress over it. I think that's what you're meant to do, isn't it? Any of you live in hurricane zones?
You know, a gale force 6 breeze is just a strong breeze. It's
it
not even
really?
a high wind.
Is it seriously?
Yeah.
What's a high number? What's a hurricane
Like-
force?
12.
Well, okay. So Blackie's not blowing a 6, he's blowing a 12 at least. So hide in the bathtub with a room with no windows with a mattress over you. I think that's what they did in Twister, isn't it? I can't remember. I think it's something like that. And hide from Hurricane Blackie because he got an 1115 the Shadow of the Ninja on NES. Good job, Blackie. Keep Hurricane. I was going to say keep blowing, but I thought maybe that could be misconstrued. So keep hurricaning, please, Blackie. And speaking of
Go for it. You can do it.
let's give this one to Arcano, Shovel Knight.
Okay. Yeah, this is Shovel Knight, PC, any percent, and 4649 by Captain Drake. There's a comment here that says, there's not much to say. Okay, well, I guess we're moving on.
Then we're done.
He says, there's not much to say. I had a lot of luck during this run, and most of the random bosses gave me great patterns. There's one new skip in Plague Knight stage that I believe was previously only used in New Game Plus runs, which save about 8 seconds if you get it first try.
Yeah, this is with the new patch that allows you to change weapons on the fly with just the shoulder, with whatever buttons you're using. But you know how I'm going to have to pause to go to the menu?
Look at that
Yeah.
boost.
Look how quickly he is. Oh, wow, that is a good boost. I'm so glad that I don't have to wait 15 seconds to
Right.
see it. I can wait 2 and see it immediately. It's pretty good. But yeah, Captain Drake, is he running this for AGDQ? Is he going out there?
Yep.
Yeah, he is. So check that out. We were speaking about Dutch earlier. He's Dutch too.
Yep.
Well, not two, but instead of you.
Dutch instead of, okay.
He has the same language.
He speaks the same language as bangerra, which means I'm going to get him and bangerra to speak to each other at AGDQ. It's going to be inevitable. And check him out. He's a really damn good runner. Been getting lots of recognition this year. Shovel Knight's a great game. Really good. And Captain Drake. There you go. And I believe the other developer's going to be in that call, or did I make that up?
One of those two things.
Okay. Speaking of Europeans, Joe D'Amelio has a European surname, an Italian surname to be precise, and Japan is like Europe in that it is in America, and Japan made this game, Super Castlevania 4, on SNES, the Japanese version, which again, like Europe, not in America.
It's not in
So
America.
yeah.
Hmm.
There's an 80% in 3227 by Joe D'Amelio, which is Italian for from Melio. It's not, but it almost could be. He says, bad early stages, really sloppy clip in stage 1, lol. One cycle chandeliers and mummy saved this run. Good job, Joe D'Amelio, for crushing that. And good job for making sure that Super Castlevania 4 is always being streamed on Twitch. Is serious. After he was on the show 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago or last week? Last week, in fact.
I believe it was last week, yes?
Yeah, he said, I'm not sure what TMR is doing, if he's coming to come back to this game and run it again or not. And immediately the day after, TMR was streaming this game for world record attempts. On top of that, Just Defend streaming it, and so is Furious Paul. So if you're not already excited for the Super Castlevania 4 race at HDQ, what's wrong with you? Seriously, what's wrong? If you need help, let us know and we'll help you get excited for it. I mean, maybe go back and watch last week's episode and it will save us some time, but, you know, you should be excited. Definitely. For sure. Speaking of excited, Super Mario 64, down to 120, sorry, down to 142, 32, 24 by Puncation. Did you know that 3 people have a sub 144 time now on this game?
Wow. Who are they?
When did that? I'm looking it up. You were meant to buy me some time there.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear my keyboard typing?
No,
Right.
not at all.
It's the research department at work.
This is the research department. It's loading. It's
Monkeys
stopped
that can
loading.
shoot
But,
off the studio.
but actually, I lie. It's 4 people. Punkay, Simply, Chizo5, and Siglamic all have sub 144 times in this game. Can you believe that? Those top 3 times, Punkay, Simply, and Chizo5, are set in the last week.
Wow.
That's nuts, dude. Like, this game, like, for so long, it was always one guy at the top better than everyone else, and then the next guy at the top better than everyone else, and now 3 guys, well, I guess it still technically is, but 4 guys under 144 is insane. So, dude, good
Yep.
job, Punkay. Thank you to whoever submitted that to us. And, yeah, dude, it's not going to be at HDQ, but, you know, I have a feeling it might get donated in somewhere. I'm not going to put words in the AGDQ organizer's mouth, but I did just get a message from Uyama Studios, Sumichu, Kormati, Uranium Anchor, and everyone else involved, SMK. All of those guys all messaged me individually to say that Super Mario 64 was going to happen at AGDQ, so...
Right.
You know.
This is purely hearsay. I mean, we're not going to take this
it's
as fact, but they definitely all messaged him.
They
I saw
definitely all
it.
messaged me, and you too, didn't they, Feasel?
Yeah, and me as well. Uh-huh.
Yeah. definitely. So, you know, just so you guys know. But that's pretty sweet. I don't think the game has been that, you know, that many runners at that level at all for a long time. You know, not for a long time. Speaking of Mario games, let's pass this one to bangerra.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes.
The only Mario game I have not played.
Oh, really? Shit,
Yeah.
we should have given you Mario's Missing, shouldn't we?
So have you played Mario Hotel?
Yeah, I have that.
Don't try and pull that shit on bangerra.
I have a CDI, remember?
Don't you dare try and pull that on him. He will just come back with the answer
Alright.
yes.
All right.
So, GameCube, definitely. 120 Shines by Average Trey in 3 hours, 17 minutes, and 40 seconds. I definitely didn't expect to get a run this good before 2015, considering that my PB before this wasn't even sub 320. I had good RNG overall, 0 deaths, and very few glaring mistakes. I play on NTSC-U, the slowest version, though version differences are relatively minor. So I think that as soon as AGDQ is over, I may get a Japanese copy in order to go for 316 and maybe even 315 at some point.
Okay. Does the American version not come with Spanish on it? Because I
no
recall
idea.
the version differences are only down to language. Japanese maybe being the quickest, but Italian's the fastest in the European.
Maybe if they publish a different Mexican one.
Do they do that?
I don't know.
Americans? North Americans?
I'm not sure. I mean, some games have like a French version for like the, you know, French Canadians, I guess, but I have not seen, I've not heard of like a Mexican like version or Central American or South American version or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that Italian is the fastest version in Europe, the fastest language. I
Right.
Occasionally lie to myself that I'm practicing Italian by watching a Super Mario Sunshine stream for 4 hours. I get to learn that the word via means go. Again and again and again. Tieni R means hold R. There you go. But yeah, good job to Average Trey. Like, it's pretty interesting to see in a game like Mario Sunshine people surprising themselves with a record that's suddenly much better than others. 0 deaths, good RNG. His previous PB wasn't sub 320 and he got sub 330. Well, it's got 313.40. That's pretty nice. It's a good job. Nice. Also, I'd have to say the section around that highlight, the music's great. It's really, really good. And speaking of great music, I found a really great track for this Ultima 3 Exodus. Did you listen to it at Fiesel?
I have not. So.
Oh my god, it's really good. It's this really great 80s cheesy remix of an Ultima 3 song with singing over it in Japanese. It's fantastic. And it wouldn't be talking about 80s music without getting Oasis to read the highlight, so... Oasis?
Alright, Ultima 3 Exodus for NES. It's the American version, 80%, 26 minutes, 33 seconds by Yogi Damonk. Most of the RNG is gone from this game, and this run fixes the problem I had in my last run, where Exodus pirates spawned on the worst tile possible. The only big RNG left is getting more undead packs and less wind. The Sea Serpent in the attached clip almost ended my run, as you can hear me say E as a bonus. As a bonus, I think this route will be marathon safe.
Yeah, I watched this highlight and I was like, man, I found an Ultima 3 song last time I made the highlight. Let's look for some more. And I listened to this and oh my god, I was blown away. Chrno, bangerra, and Oasis can all attest to the fact that I linked this to them today, saying how good it was.
You didn't just link it, you specifically recommended that we listen to it.
Yes, I did. Not just that, I told everyone to listen to it. It's a really great little song. Apparently, for the Japanese release of this game, they made a promotional CD with remix versions of the songs on it, with songs. So this is an official remix made by whoever made Ultima 3. Fiesel, who made Ultima 3?
Who made Ultima 3?
Lord British.
Lord British did, yeah.
Probably Lord British, yeah. So this is an official Japanese remix. You can find it on YouTube if you search Ultima 3. It's called Something No Knife. I can't remember what the song's called. Something No Knife. Ultima No Knife. That's no as in like the Japanese no, which I think is a possessive, which means someone's knife.
In most cases, yes.
Ceramic knife, yeah. So check it out. It's a really sweet song. I even put it on there before I knew it had singing. I was like that into it. So good job, Yogi the Monk. I made sure that there was at least a little clip of pirates in there.
Pirates are very important.
After the last week's highlight was just pirates.
I think we've had pirates in all the Ultima Exodus highlights that we've
I had to
shown
make
here.
sure that there were pirates in there. And then finally, World Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Genesis, any percent Mickey, and 1507 by Tenebrae. He says, go Aidenol, www.speedrun.com/world_of_illusion. That will be the World of Illusion leaderboards, I'm assuming, which I'm going to do my best to select and link, except that I'm not. Oh, am I allowed to? I think I am. There you go, I did it. So check it out. World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. There you go. That's all our records. That's everything already.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did really well. Well, an hour, 21, 26 saved.
Yeah, that's quite a time savings.
That's pretty good time saving. So, as we said, we were going to do a year-end cap, but we kind of got stuck up in the whole being with our families for Christmas. I mean, you know, I had to be here with my family. Fiesel had to be with his family. Arcano, did you see the sun this week?
I went out to get groceries, so maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, if it's reflected off the moon, then yeah.
Okay, so Arcano sort of saw the sun. Chrono, see the sun?
I saw the newspaper,
You
but
saw the
maybe
news-
not the figurative object.
Figurative, the literal object, you mean?
Well, it depends on your perspective.
Wow, that's... Oasis, you live in Finland, so you didn't see the sun at all.
No.
No. Bangerra, did you see the sun?
No.
No, none of us saw the sun, sorry. Let us know if the sun's okay. We haven't been checking up on it. But aside from that, I mean, I don't really have anything much to say about this year of speedrunning on the account that I spent most of the year not in the speedrunning scene by going out traveling instead. Is there anything, Fiesel? You got anything to say about this year in speedrunning?
About this year in speedrunning? I don't know. Never be happy with your speedruns.
Never be
Always
happy with your speedruns.
Practice. Don't stop practicing your games. It's really bad for you.
Don't use Twitter. If you have an opinion, this is my advice for all you speedrunners out there. If you have an opinion you feel the need to share on Twitter, wait a day, write it down on a piece of paper, wait a day, and then read it the next day. And
Don't
if
tweet
you still
mad.
agree with it, then yeah. If you still agree with the thing, then tweet it. If you don't tweet it. Okay, that's my advice for all of you. Fiesel, is there any advice for your runners except for don't be happy with your times? Is that just it? Don't be happy with your times.
Yeah, no, don't be happy.
Don't be happy. Never be happy. Okay.
No.
Arcano, any advice?
Sun is bad for you.
Sun is bad for you. Right. Chrono, any advice for the budding speedrunners or speedrunners?
If it says no mic in my or anyone else's title for the stream, it means they're not using their microphone. So you don't have to comment in the chat asking why no one's talking on the stream.
I would like to say if it doesn't say no mic, please point out that no one's talking.
Yeah, the opposite is also true.
I streamed for 40 minutes and nobody mentioned that my mic was muted. 40. That's a lot of time.
Well,
Bangerra.
I put no mic on my stream and people are still trying to ask me questions and then asking why I'm not using my mic.
All right,
Drunk at the time?
Bangerra.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
We're talking about advice.
Advice for
Lessons
speedrunners.
learned. Lessons learned from 2014.
For speedrunners or in general?
Yeah.
A little
Let's
bit of
start with
both.
Speedrunners. Let's start with speedrunners and move on to in general afterwards.
Never get a girlfriend. You need to visit 2 families. Fucking horrible.
I did message Bangerra a few days ago. I was asking him some advice on something, and I was like, "Yo, you there?" And he said, "At Susie's house," and that's code for no. Please help me.
Yeah.
One Christmas is bad enough. That's Bangerra's advice.
Yep.
If you're getting a girlfriend, break up with her just before Christmas. Oasis, any advice?
Don't listen to my advice.
Don't install Chinese cameras.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much said already.
Yeah. All right. So, aside from that, play Marlow Briggs. Don't watch Paranormal Entity, the movie. Don't watch it. It's not worth it. Check out ADDQ. That's going to be on Saturday. Well, Sunday is the first day of the stream, so a week today. We're not going to promise you that there will be an TSSB episode at AGDQ, but we will promise you that I will eat some food while there, because that's a promise we can keep. Check out.
You going to do a review?
A review of AGDQ? We will do it.
Oh, we sure will.
Oh, the food. Oh, for sure.
Oh,
but there'll be a
wow,
review of AGDQ. That's the more important part.
Right.
There's a possibility that there might be an AGDQ TSSB episode, but it entirely
It's hard to make that
depends.
happen, yeah.
It's very hard to suggest it because, like, we might get given the slot in the bonus stream because, let's face it,
That rarely
bonus stream
happens, though.
needs us. The problem is Fiesel and PJ and Duckfist are all Americans and therefore live in a country where their government doesn't give them any holiday whatsoever. So they generally have to leave pretty prompt. So... Well, that's true, isn't it? Don't you get like a week, 2 weeks holiday?
Do I personally? I mean, no, in general, I don't think people get very long vacations
Yeah.
for New Year's
So-
or anything, or Christmas.
So, yeah, we won't make any promises as a possibility. What I would say you should do is follow or subscribe. Is it called subscribing? It's called subscribing on YouTube. youtube.com/TSS break. Follow that, and there'll probably be some interview videos showing up. I watched the interview videos I recorded last year, and I laughed so much at myself because I'm narcissistic like that I feel like I should do some more. So if you want more videos interviewing speedrunners on essentially non-speedrunning topics, such as their favorite movies, what did I ask the others? I asked TJP, the whole interview was about what his favorite movies were. So that, we'll ask TMR about food again, perhaps. But follow TSS, subscribe to TSSB, TSS Break on YouTube, and there'll be more videos than that going up there, right? The archives are going up on that channel.
Oh yeah, there's lots of archives and everything. Yeah, this is gradually going up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something else. I want to say something else. I wanted to say you should watch the ads that we're about to play at the end of the episode.
But you shouldn't. You should just go and eat bananas and chocolate.
You should. You should take a banana, slice it in half, put a fucking... Put
Snickers
a Mars bar in it,
Oh,
or a
Mars
Snickers,
bar.
whichever you want. We normally use Mars, but I know Snickers is more popular in the States.
Yeah, not a lot of Mars bars. This is not the 70s anymore.
Yeah, you guys like nuts more, right?
Right, well sometimes
Right.
you feel like a nut, and if you don't, you're not American.
Right, guys? Right? Americans like nuts, right?
I don't get your entendre. What are you
Do you
entendring?
not say nuts in America? Do you not? Oh my
Like
god.
cashews. Cashews are pretty good.
No, nuts is your balls, dude.
What do you? No
you
one's
not
ever
say
heard
that?
this before. What are you talking
You never
about?
say that.
No,
Your
no one
testicles.
says that.
That's nuts. Oh my god, dude. You guys are behind.
That's bizarre.
We've
I've
been-
never heard that phrase said.
We've been
That's-
saying that for
Yeah.
ages.
Is that really?
Okay, well,
Really?
anyway. Yeah,
Ah.
well, never mind North America. You can catch up in a while. Go watch some runs at ADDQ. Are there anything our guests would like to say before you go?
Go watch the Afrothon.
Go watch that. Thanks, Chrono. Is this the whole reason you came on?
Yeah.
Bangerra?
No,
Susie awake still?
no.
No, she's not. Okay. Oasis?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right. Go watch AGDQ. Follow, subscribe to TSS Break on YouTube to find some fantastic interviews. Take a banana, slice it in half, put a chocolate in it, wrap it in foil, melt that fucker in the oven over a
Macaroni
campfire
puzzle.
or something. No, Chrono. And eat that because it's delicious. Enjoy your remainder of this year. 2014 was rubbish. You don't need it anyway.
Right, all
And,
your runs were bad this year, but next year they'll
all
be
your
really
runs,
good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next year for the next one, which will be a TSSB probably most likely a GDQ recap.
Maybe a recap. We may do another thing and let people recover a bit and then
Oh,
do the
yeah, we
recap.
might
Sometimes
do.
we put it off a week. We'll see.
Yeah, sometimes a bit of
No guarantees, but it will be soon after AGDQ. You'll get our take on the event.
Yeah. If you go to AGDQ, take some photos, send us the photos, take pictures with us, ask for our autographs, give us money, buy us alcohol.
If you ask for my autograph, you're not going to like what you get.
You don't carry around headshots of yourself, Diesel?
Right. I carry around headshots of you, actually.
You from the early 90s? With like Jeff Diesel written on it? I could just
Right.
imagine that.
Me from the 90s.
You would like one knee up with your legs wrapped around your knee,
Right.
like looking down at the camera with a slight like face.
Right, yeah. And then like another version of my face, like sort of floating like in the top, sort of like a high school yearbook picture,
Yes.
kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
like the ghost face in the background.
Right.
But anyway, if you come to AGDQ, come say hello to us in preferably the least awkward way you can, and we'll say hello back. And we'll see you at AGDQ. Bangerra will be there. Chrno and Oasiz will not be there. Chrno won't be there. Fiza will be there. I'll be there. And good luck. Enjoy the speedruns. I guess charity some money, eat some food, play some video games, and most of all, don't tweet angry. And
Don't go
Piss
on
been
the phone.
angry.
I'll pace me angry. And we'll see you. Are we gonna raid anybody?
No, yes. Let's raid the
We
Afrothon.
are?
Go.
Let's raid the Athrothon? Okay, go.
Do it.
Grab that link, Chrono. This is your dream come true for you, Chrono. Raid the
There we go.
Afrothon. We're gonna raid the Afrothon with. You already had it on your clipboard, didn't you?
Yeah.
Don't tweet angry.
Don't tweet angry.
Rate
Yeah.
that. Enjoy the rest of your 2014. We'll see you next year. Have a great AGDQ. Watch some adverts. And give us cents upon cents. Give us enough cents to be able to buy Marlow Briggs on Steam.
Give me pennies that I can flick at Flicky when I see him in person.
The joke's on you. I get the pennies.
Right.
And we'll see you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
The Sunday Sequence Break.